thinking to herself while cleaning. I really need to organize his things one of these days. He always leaves his drawers in such a mess. She opens the drawer, and among the usual clutter, papers, pens, receipts, she sees something out of place. A faded, unopened envelope. It's addressed to Amir with no return address. Maya, holding the envelope, curious but unsure. What's this? I've never seen it before. Her curiosity gets the best of her. She sits down on the couch, staring at the envelope. Maya, in her head, conflicted. Should I open it? No, I shouldn't. It's his private stuff. But why would he hide it here? She slowly tears open the envelope, revealing a single letter. As she begins to read, her expression changes from confusion to shock. Amir, I can't stop thinking about the last time we were together. It's been months, but every time I close my eyes, I remember your touch, your voice, the way you promised we would be together. I know we both agreed to move on, but I'm still not ready to let go. I miss you more than you know. I hope you still think about me too. Maya's hand trembles slightly as she reads, her grip tightening as the words sink in. Her lips part, barely a whisper escaping her throat. Maya, whispering to herself. Who is this? Sarah? Why didn't he ever mention her? Her pulse quickens, her stomach tightens. The letter feels heavier now, as if it carries more than just words. It's as though it's pulling her into a past she never knew existed. The room around her seems to close in as her thoughts race. Maya, to herself, voice breaking. I thought I knew everything about him. The camera pans to Maya's face, capturing the confusion and hurt in her eyes. Her breath quickens, and her hand shakes as she presses the letter to her chest, as if trying to calm herself. Maya, muttering softly, why didn't he tell me? Why keep it a secret? The faint sound of her phone vibrating on the table cuts through the silence, but she doesn't react. Her eyes remain fixed on the letter, lost in the emotions swirling within her. The camera lingers on the trembling letter in her hand as she starts to stand, her face a mixture of disbelief and sorrow. She walks slowly toward the window, gazing out at the view, her mind not on the outside world, but on the words that are now echoing in her mind. Maya, softly, almost to herself. Was I just a part of his past, or something more? Amir playfully, hey, what's with the long face, rough day? Maya doesn't respond, her gaze fixed on the letter. She pushes it across the table toward him, her fingers trembling slightly. Maya, coldly, not as rough as the day I found this. Amir's eyes fall on the letter, his smile vanishing in an instant. He picks it up, his face turning pale as recognition sets in. Amir, nervously, Maya, I didn't mean for you to find that. He puts the letter down, his hand shaking as he takes a step back, clearly caught off guard. Maya stands up, her voice rising in frustration. Maya, raising her voice slightly, who is Sarah, Amir? Why do you have a letter from her? And why was it hidden in your drawer? There's a long pause as Amir sighs, running a hand through his hair. He takes a seat across from her, clearly torn. Amir, sighing, sitting down. Maya, please, just let me explain. The silence between them grows heavy. Maya stares at him, her expression a mix of hurt and disbelief. Amir looks away, struggling to find the right words. Amir, softly. It's complicated. Amir, I met Sarah years ago before I met you. We were inseparable, but then things changed. We drifted apart. But that letter? It's from a time when I was uncertain about us, about my future. I didn't know what to do, Maya. I was confused. The flashback fades and we cut back to the present. Maya is sitting across from Amir, her expression a mix of disbelief and hurt. Her eyes glisten with tears, her voice trembling as she stares at him. Maya, in disbelief. So, you were in love with her? All this time I thought I was the only one. Amir looks away, guilt and shame etched on his face. He takes a deep breath before meeting her gaze, his voice soft. Amir, looking guilty. Maya, I never wanted to hurt you. When I met you, everything changed. I thought Sarah was part of my past, something I could forget. But that letter, I never intended to keep it from you. It's just that seeing it brought back memories I didn't want to confront. Maya looks down, trying to steady herself. She's lost for words, caught between the love she thought was real and the painful truth she's just uncovered. The silence lingers, heavy and unspoken. Maya, voice trembling, you never told me about Sarah. You kept her hidden like some secret. What else have you been hiding, Amir? What else about your past am I supposed to accept? Amir stands up, his body tense with frustration and regret. He walks toward her but stops just behind her, unsure whether to reach out or stay away. He takes a deep breath, trying to gather his thoughts. Amir, taking a deep breath. Maya, you don't understand. Sarah and I, our relationship was complicated. When I met you, I was ready to move on. But there was always a part of me that held on to her memory. I don't know why I didn't tell you sooner, but I swear, I love you. You're my present and future. I want you, Maya, not her. Maya remains silent for a long moment, her shoulders tight with emotion. She finally turns around to face him, her expression softer but still clouded with doubt. Maya, softly, voice cracking. How can I trust you, Amir? After everything, how do I know I'm not just another woman you'll forget about when someone new comes into your life? Amir finally breaking down. Maya, I've been holding on to something I didn't want to admit to myself. I thought that by burying the past, I could move on. But the truth is, I never truly let go of Sarah. Not just her, but the guilt. There's more to this than just me being in love with someone else. Maya looks at him, confused. Maya, softly. What do you mean, Amir? What are you trying to say? Amir, looking at her, his eyes filled with regret. When I was with Sarah, I promised her I would come back, but I left her. For you. And the guilt of that promise haunted me. I didn't want to tell you because I was scared. I was scared of losing you. I was scared of what you might think of me. Maya, fighting back tears. So all this time, I've been living with a man who never truly let go of his past? A man who still thinks about someone else, even when he's with me? Amir stands still, too afraid to answer. Maya, shaking her head. I need time to think, Amir. I need time to figure out if I can live with this. With you. Right now, I can't stay here. I don't know if I can forgive you for this. Amir stands, a desperate look in his eyes. He steps forward, his voice breaking with emotion. Amir, desperate. Maya, please don't leave. I swear, I'll do anything to make it right. Maya doesn't look at him, her eyes focused on the door. She opens it slowly, her movements deliberate, each one adding to the weight of the moment. She pauses before stepping out. Maya, coldly, I don't know if you can. I don't know if I can. She leaves without another word, the door closing softly behind her. The sound of it shutting echoes in the empty room. Amir stands there for a long moment, motionless, his heart heavy with regret. The camera lingers on him as he exhales. Alone, Maya walks down the dimly lit street, her footsteps echoing in the stillness. The night air is cool, but she feels a heaviness in her chest. She clutches her coat tighter around herself, lost in thought. The weight of Amir's confession and the letter linger in her mind, the uncertainty of the future pressing down on her. She pauses for a moment, staring at nothing in particular, as if searching for clarity. Her breath is shallow, and she exhales slowly.